using office to enrich friends, family, even themselves.
Nina Turner is in one hell of a fight for Ohio's 11th district. With Democratic primary election day on August 3rd, her opponent, Shontel Brown, backed by every corporate interest imaginable, is now within 7 points of Nina Turner in a recent poll. But, of course, Nina Turner is not going down without a fight, recently putting out, surprisingly, a few attack ads. So normally, more progressive, left-leaning candidates don't do this, but I'm glad they are getting into the fight here and putting these out with the amount of money that is pouring into Shontel Brown. Nina has to do something different to try and, be a little more on the offensive in this race. So there are a couple of ads, attack ads I want to show you. Then I'll show you another ad of hers where she talks about more of her platform. But first, let me get to this first ad.
Shontel Brown and her out-of-state special interests are not telling the truth. I've spent my career fighting for the Democratic Party as a city council member, state senator, and as the chair of party engagement for the Ohio Democratic Party.
Shontel Brown is running a negative campaign. The Cleveland Plain Dealer said her record is undistinguished. She has little to show for her time in office, and most importantly, failed to do what's right.
I'm Nina Turner, and I approve this message.
So I think that was maybe one of the the kindest attack ads you'll ever see. But it's good that they're finally being a little offensive here, or going on the offense a little bit in this race. But this next ad goes a little deeper on the attacks, and this one I think is a little better. Check this out.
Nina Turner, and I approve this message.
Shontel Brown. We've seen self-serving politicians like her before, using office to enrich friends, family, even themselves. On council, Brown voted to give more than $32 million in taxpayer contracts to a company connected to her boyfriend and family. She even voted to give herself a $7,000 pay raise for a part-time job on council. A slap in the face to working people. Shontel Brown, out for herself.
All right. That one I think is clearly a little better, but still, I would have gone a little harder on Shontel Brown. Maybe they'll put out a new one, as there's been a lot of information recently coming out about Shontel Brown. As I'll get to, she faked at least 2 endorsements of her campaign. One of them actually backed Nina Turner. So this is a move that Pete Buttigieg did as well back in 2020, where he had like this giant list of names that supposedly backed him, but when journalists actually went to call each of these names, many of them did not actually endorse Pete Buttigieg. Shontel Brown took that exact same strategy for her own playbook for this campaign, and it's so incredibly dishonest. And if any left-leaning progressive candidate did that, there'd be news items in CNN or MSNBC about this. But Shontel Brown does that. Of course, it's only local news, and you're not hearing about it nationally. But let me get to a little more on the differences here between these two candidates. So Shontel Brown, of course, all backed. She's completely backed by corporations. So Jacobin has a great piece on this. Corporate lobbyists declare war on Nina Turner. Corporate Democrats and lobbyists for Big Oil, Big Pharma, Fox News, and Wall Street are fundraising for Nina Turner's primary opponent, Shontel Brown, in the Ohio congressional race. Now, I did a video going into that, more on those details, as well as the fake endorsements that Shontel Brown did. So that video went out on Thursday. You could check it out for more details on all of that. But let's compare that, of course, to Nina Turner. So Nina Turner, this is her most recent numbers from her campaign. Ali Mutnick here tweeting out, Nina Turner raised $2.27 million in the last 3.5 months for Ohio's 11th special election. She raised $4.5 million since launching her bid, with $1.3 million last month alone. Her average contribution, this is the key difference here between her and Shontel Brown. Nina Turner's average contribution is $27. $27 plus 1 out of every 7 donors are reoccurring. Turner will face Shontel Brown in the August 3rd primary. So this is the obvious difference. You have here somebody who's backed, Nina Turner backed by the average working class individual. Meanwhile, Shontel Brown backed by just an incredible amount of corporate money, including, Big Oil, Big Pharma, Fox News, the worst kind of corporate money. So let me get to now more of Nina's platform. So this is an ad that Nina put out, I think, just a couple days ago, but this also is fairly good. Check it out.
Have you seen the recent news reports? Many billionaires aren't paying a dime in taxes. Surprised? Me neither. It's time to make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share and reduce income inequality. In Congress, I'll fight for a $15 an hour minimum wage, work to raise wages for working families, oppose unfair trade deals that ship Ohio jobs overseas, and strengthen Social Security. I'm Nina Turner. I approve this message to be your voice for change.
All right, so there you go. Clearly, more of her platform here. This is, I think she's running a great campaign. She is both on the offensive in terms of fighting Shontel Brown, as I just showed you, but also, of course, centering her platform, what she's fighting for, her record as a politician, a known quantity in Ohio. You know, long before she ever backed Bernie and became a national figure, she has a long history of Ohio, of being in Ohio politics and fighting for the working class. So this, of course, is a very important special election. Early voting has already started. There's an event coming up with AOC that she has announced. Also, Democracy for Action here, one of the many groups that have backed Nina Turner, looking for weekend plans. Help us get the vote out for Nina Turner in Ohio 11. Volunteer events available from anywhere. So check out DFA Action, their page, and you can find this link. Also, NinaTurner.com. If you are in Ohio's 11th, go right here. Early voting has started. Vote for Nina now. Click it. It'll tell you where to go, how to vote. Everything's there. And if you're not in the district, of course, you can donate. You can also do what DFA Action here is doing. So many ways to help out Nina in this campaign. This is such an important race. Nina is a fighter, a strong voice, and I think the voice that progressives in Congress need to help lead them forward.